So, first of all, I will talk about the stuffs that disturbs us as human beings. This within us, and some of them will always be. Some of them can be. Um, I would like you to list them out while I talk them. You can list them out somewhere. Number one is FOMO. We all know about FOMO, fear of missing out. Number two is fear of losing. Number three is lack of confidence. Number four is greed. Number five is revenge trading. And number six is number six is yeah, I think I'll do without five. Sorry, I'll do with the five. FOMO, fear of losing, revenge trading, greed, and lack of confidence. I will start with the FOMO, and each and every one of them, I'm going to tell you guys how to eradicate this from your trading. So, first is FOMO. Um, a lot of you might have, sometimes seen yourself plan a trade, and after planning this trade, just a minute of lack of focus, the trade starts moving, and all of a sudden you're finding an entry you would really want to get in, and it puts you into the negative side that makes you not to wait for your pattern or your entry model to occur, and that's because you feel like you're gonna miss something. It happens to every trader. Don't feel like you are alone. No, it happens to every trader. It happens even to me. But the only difference between us is that I let go and probably you don't. Now, what makes me let go? What makes me let go is I know that these things occur every day, every week. It doesn't stop. So I have the confidence in myself that even if I miss this one, there are still more opportunities. You have to write this down somewhere. Tell yourself, what if I miss? Then the answer to that should be there are still more opportunities. You should be very open to have, or you should be very open to be ready to miss moves. You shouldn't be tagging on to missed move. You should move on so fast. You should move on like it's your ex or something like that. You shouldn't be tagging on to a missed move. So the best way to stop FOMO or avoid FOMO is get yourself ready, get yourself focused on the zones you want to be trading. This will help you to it will help you to know what you're looking for, where you're looking for it, and time and price. You understand? So it helps you to be focused on one particular setup and one particular zone. You set it at this level, I want to be buying at 99 level. You have to be very disciplined that you don't do any other thing till the price gets to 99 level. And always know that price will always retrace. Retrace doesn't mean reversal. Reversal doesn't mean retracement. They are two different things. So you have to be very disciplined to wait for price to come to your zone. This will help you eradicate the fear of missing out. And you have to set some rules that if this doesn't occur on the chart, I'm not taking this trade. And if this trade moves without you, you have to be disciplined enough to walk away from the system or the charts for that day. and come back, because you're gonna feel anxiety and every other negative emotion trying to get on a trade because you feel like you've missed something big. That's how you eradicate FOMO. You have to be very confident of what you're looking for, where you're looking for it, and around what time of the day these stuffs can occur. You have to be ready and focused on those zones. You have to be very disciplined. FOMO only comes with when you're not sure of what you're doing, when you feel like you can't catch something like this every day. When you are very sure of what you're doing, you know that these things occur week in and week out, they occur. So all you have to do is admit it as a human being, just like the way we admit that we have our flaws. Admit it that you are going to miss moves, you're gonna miss big moves, you're going to miss entries, you're going to miss take profits. You understand? So you have to be ready for days like this. That's the only way to eradicate it. You have to be ready for days like this. You have to be ready. That's all I can say about it. So, in order to eradicate FOMO, you can write it down. The solution is this: you mark out your zone, a particular zone. I suggest the high time frame where you'll be waiting for price to come to. That you have to stay disciplined until price gets there before you push the button. In this way, you keep your mindset intact and fresh for any zone you enter, knowing that this is a different setup or a different trade. And when you miss that setup, walk away from your charts, get some fresh air, go see the sunlight, do some other thing. This will help you eradicate FOMO. With time, just submit to time, you will get over it. But also trust your instincts. They actually help sometimes. But don't trust the way your heart beats. So that's it for the first one. That's FOMO. Then the second one, it should be let me talk about lack of confidence. Lack of confidence, this has to do with not knowing what you're doing. This has to do with lack of knowledge. This has to do with lack of journaling. This has to do with lack of reputation. This has to do with lack of back testing. You have to jot this down. This has to do with lack of forward testing. This has to do with probably you don't have a mentor, something like that. You don't know the methodology you're using. That's when lack of confidence comes in. You have to know what you're doing before you get into the market. You have to know your strategy more than any other person. You have to know what you're looking for. You have to know the time of the day this kind of stuffs occur. You have to know the rules guiding your setup. You have to know um, when to get in and when to get out. These stuffs will improve your confidence. But what will improve your confidence the most is back testing and somehow demo trading. Yeah, you need to demo trade till you get confident enough to go into the live trade. But these two things are very different because their emotions differs. Your emotions on the demo account can never be the same with the live funds. Just know this. Don't let anyone deceive you. When you get into the real game, the live account is very hard. So lack of confidence, it has to do with you not knowing what you're doing. Do you have a strategy? You have to write this down. Do you have a strategy? Do you journal your trades on a daily? Do you know the mistakes you've made before? Do you back test these stuffs when you miss them or when you lose? How long have you been trading? Because confidence comes with time. Do you have a mentor who can guide you when you're wrong? Do you Have you verified the strategy? have you seen successful traders with this strategy? What's your win rate? What's the win rate of this strategy you're using? These are the kind of stuff that increases your confidence. If you can answer these questions correctly, if you can answer these questions correctly inside of you, then I think you can overcome that. You will have confidence to push the buttons when it's necessary. And not until you get confident enough, you might be a good analyst, but a bad trader. I'm still going to come on that, talk about that. Yeah. So you being a good analyst means you can analyze very well. The market will respect everything you say on the chart, but you're a bad trader because you didn't execute it due to lack of confidence. Now, I understand you have lack of confidence, probably due to the time you spent in the industry. Maybe you've not stayed here for long, probably a year, few months. Yeah, of course. My mentor will always say he doesn't expect you to be confident driving a plane just after first month of reading standard deviation in a pilot school. And that's the truth. Every single career, it takes time to gain confidence in every single career. Even though you started basketball today, you won't have the confidence to jump like Michael Jordan to slam the ball. So you have to submit to time. You have to work on yourself. You have to back test. You have to forward test. You understand? Doing this, it can increase your confidence. That's it for lack of confidence. The third one is greed. Greed. Um, Greed is all about over leverage, trading out of your plan, trying to make the most from a single trade, feeling like you can become rich overnight. Miracles do happen, but the truth about greed is we as human beings, we always want more. You can only overcome greed if you agree to overcome greed. Nobody can help you overcome greed. You have to speak to yourself about it. What do I mean? Why should I over leverage everything on one trade when I know I can still take a million trades in the future? You have to think about years in order to overcome greed. You have to think about probability in order to overcome greed. You have to think about number of trades that you can take in your lifetime to overcome greed. You have to be sincere to yourself. You have to tell yourself, I'm not going to do this to overcome greed. So the best way to overcome greed is by AD, you will talk, I'm coming. The best way to overcome greed is have a plan, respect the plan, execute. If you are struggling with greed, execute and set your stop loss and TP, then go your way. Then make this stop loss and TP low hanging fruits, realistic ones. This is the best way to overcome greed. Then a lot of people might say, what if your trade goes the right way, something like 100 pips, and you're still holding? Is that greed? If you really know what you're doing, if you really know the direction, if you really know your targets, I won't call that greed. Someone like me, I will be looking to add more positions when the trade is going my way, but I'll be looking to take away all my position when it's going against me. In time of fear, a lot of you hope. In time of hope, a lot of you fear. What do I mean? When you should be fearful of your trading account being blown off, you are hoping that the trade might still come up. and probably you might buy it at a lower price or sell it at a higher price. Then, when you should be hoping that the price might do more, then you are fearful that the price might retrace to your entry or your stop loss, and then you close out. You have to change this mentality. You have to be confident. You have to know what you're looking for. This is why I always recommend you having a mentor. I don't care if it's me or whoever, but have the right mentor. Someone you followed for years, you trust his or her methodology so they can guide you. You need to have a process. You need to know what you're looking for. You understand? So, the best way to overcome greed is talking to yourself internally and doing the stuff I said. Have a TP, have a stop loss. Then, in doing this, you can overcome greed. Just tell yourself you're not going to over leverage. Follow the plan. Stick to the plan, man. Think about it in years to come. That's the best way to overcome greed. So the fourth one for today is fear of losing. Yeah, well, we all grew up in a society that makes us feel like losing is a bad thing. But in this business, if I had a small loss, let me say, whenever I hit my take profit is a 4 digits. If I had a small loss that was 3 digits or 2 digits, some kind of newbie or learner was gonna see that loss and call me, oh shit, this guy doesn't know how to trade. But if you should look at my history and then you notice that just one single trade that gave me 4 digits, it wiped all my losses that was all 3 digits. And I mean, I didn't profit. That's what matters in trading. You should be thinking in probability if you want to overcome the fear of loss. You should be very bold and courageous in front of uncertainty. What do I mean? When your setup occurs, just take it. The only thing that makes you have this fear of losing is when you over leverage. If you know what you're doing, if you know the right thing you're doing, if you're not over leveraging, it has to take you 1,000 trades to blow off your accounts. 1,000 trades. What do I mean? If you are risking 1% of your portfolio on every trade, it has to take you 100 trades to blow off your accounts. If you are risking 0.1% of your trading capital, it has to take you 1,000 trades to blow your account. Now, when you're doing this and you know your process and you know your methodology, you already know that on the long run, this method is gonna keep me on the profit side. So why are you fearful of losing? You're only fearful of losing because you're over leveraging or you don't know what you're doing. And yes, we all had losing streaks. I'm still gonna go to that and how you can overcome them. But you shouldn't be fearful of losing. What makes you a trader is taking the next trade even after a loss. You should be ready to take the next trade even after a loss. You understand? So if you can't execute this without feeling bad, without feeling like you're a bad trader, then you shouldn't be trading that day. You should go outside and chill out your head. This business needs money. So your losses are part of what maintains the business. You should keep it this way. Your losses are part of what maintains the business. This will help you stay in the positive track. This will help you um, keep your psychology sound. That even after a loss, you shouldn't be planning on giving up or thinking about the negative side of trading. You should be ready to take the next trade once your model or entry pattern occurs. Yeah, and that was the fourth one. The fifth one, I think that was I said I'm going to talk about FOMO, fear of losing, greed, lack of confidence, and can any person remind me the fifth one? I think I've forgotten. What was the fifth one? Okay. I can't recall the fifth one, but I think it has to do with I think I said I'm going to talk about FOMO, fear of losing, lack of confidence, yeah, that should be okay. I've spoken about greed. I've spoken about greed. So I think if there is any other thing, it should be um the ability for you to stay in the zone. Yeah, ability of you staying in the zone. That's just a general key. It consists of the greed. Okay, let me talk about impatience. Impatience, impatience within traits. It happens to every person. You have to be, you have to always think this way. Wherever it's happening to you, it happens to the next door neighbor you have in this trading. You're not the only person, but one way to be rid of is staying sane. What do I mean? If you're impatient within trades, there's only one thing. Probably you suffer from a losing streak, or you're having doubts in your career, or you haven't backtest, you haven't seen these stuffs happen over and over again. This is the only thing that makes you impatient. How do you become a patient trader? It's very simple. It's just one of those things I said at the beginning. Have your levels, respect those levels, respect stop loss and take profits. Stay disciplined, sit on your hands, have your process, have your rules. Know when to move your stop loss, know when to trade your profits, know when to move your stop loss to break even. All these things are part of your methodology. If you can do this, you should be able to be patient within setups. You should be able to um you should be able to, yeah, be patient. It's all about you having something you focus on. Let me put it like this. If there's something you cherish a lot and you know something that's going to hurt, that's something you cherish a lot, are you going to do the same thing? You wouldn't. So you have to cherish your trading capital. You have to learn how to preserve it. You have to love that. And knowing truly well that this setup is not an A class setup and it will hurt my trading capital, why should you take it? You shouldn't. It makes no sense, zero sense to take that trade. So, what I'm trying to say here is this: you have to be patient. You don't have to be fearful of missing any move. You don't have to fear about losing. You have to submit to time, and you have to you have to be ready for anything that comes up. This is trading. In trading, we the best traders are people who lose very well. They lose very well. We all are losers, but the best losers are the kings in the trading industry. So, um, I hope you guys found this insightful. I don't know if any of you have any question. All ears. Any question? Anything you feel like asking me about losing streaks, um, how to be the good trader and a good analyst. And you guys should always avoid the gambler side of you in trading. Always try to avoid that side. You have the gambler, you have the analyst, you have the trader. You should be listening to the two voice, which is the trader and the analyst. You have to ignore the gambler. So that's that's it, guys. I don't know if any of you had any question. Um, I'm ready to listen. Any question? Okay, no question, I guess. Yeah, 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 bro. Ask a question, man.
So like, what happened to me last 2 weeks? I was like, you know, I wanted to make like 10% on my founded account. Oh, 100K, because I wanted to buy like something, I wanted
Uh,
to buy a bike and
bro, can you be
I was
audible?
kind of
I
being
can't hear
greedy.
you. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hello.
I can hear you now. Speak.
So what I'm saying. So how do you overcome the greedy part? Like I was like been ready for like past 2 weeks because I wanted the money so fast. Like I wanted money so badly from the market, and like I ended up like losing loss in that in past 2 weeks. But before that 2 weeks, I was making constant money. But since I wanted that money so fast, but I was like I wanted to buy a bike or a car, something like that, and I ended up losing. So like, so how I'm gonna overcome this?
Actually, I don't know, bro. I'm really struggling to hear you very well. I don't know if you can speak louder.
Hold on, bro. Can you hear me now, brother?
Uh, I can hear you, but
Hello.
your voice is Hello. Yeah, it sounds better now. Sounds better now.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Your voice is even like slower than me. Like um, it's hard for me to hear you properly.
Okay.
Well, let me.
I don't know. I couldn't hear him. I couldn't hear him. I don't know. Any of you got? I forgot any question. Do any of you have any question? Okay, guys. Um, I don't know. I think we should end the meeting now. One more thing before I close here. Since none of you got any question, so let me